So hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to review this. Well, I had my eye on it and I thought I picked it up. It was in Sainsbury's for about, it did quite well discounted, down to about 27. And I know that another single malt from the island of Islay, and this one's unpeated. It's a Bunnahabhain. And it's quite interesting. I've been watching a few reviews online about it, and I'll talk about some of the channels I've been watching, some great channels out there. So this is only my third review of a malt, but needless to say, I've been stocking up and people have been buying a couple of nice presents for Father's Day, so that's good. But this is the non-age statement Bunnahabhain. As you can see there, nicely presented in this rather splendid barrel. You can see there. And there's quite a few reviews on this, of course, you know, on a lot of the channels, and I'll just try and pronounce this correctly. So it's the Bunnahabhain Islay Single Malt Scotch Whisky, sherried, salty and unpeated, and it's known as the Stiureadair, which is I think the phonetics way of it. It's Stiureadair. Hopefully I've got that right. Scots Gaelic means helmsman, and I know that a lot of people have talked about that. So the names they give to these Bunnahabhains are quite unpronounceable, but it's, as I said, means helmsman. Rich sherry, aromas of fruit, nuts and spices. Comes in at 46.3, so a little bit stronger. So I have actually tried this, but before my review, and after I bought it, I was quite intrigued really to see what it tastes like, because I think it does divide opinion, but also I know that for not much more, for about £5 more, you can get the 12-year-old Bunnahabhain. So next time I'll probably look out for the 12. It obviously wasn't in the supermarket. I checked it out this week, but I'll get it online. But yeah, I've tried it, and I wasn't too offended by it, so it's quite nice. So it's been a couple of weeks now since I've tried it, so fresh taste test, and I'll tell you what I think of it. And I've been doing some homework online about the notes and the palettes and that type of thing. It's all very interesting. It's a whole new world really to what I'm used to, and I've invested in one of these glasses that one of my previous viewers told me to get, so we'll see how we get on. So I'm going to get it out. I'll talk about just what it says on the packaging in a minute. I'm going to leave this to stand for probably about 5-6 minutes. There you go, not too much. And what to say about the tasting notes? So it's amber gold, as you can see. I'm not too sure if they add anything to this. And you can see there's some viscosity on the side of the glass there, hopefully I pronounced that right. And you can see slightly, not a lot. This is, let's see if it says if it's unchilled, filtered. I think some of the reviews said it was, but the colour amber gold, nose dried fruit, caramel and sweet vanilla, palate creamy and smooth with hints of nuts, gentle spice and coastal sea salt. Finish long lasting and lingering with hints of rich dried fruit. So as I said, unpeated, non-age statement on this. So I think I've watched other reviews and they're talking about it being about 5 years in maturation. Sherried, salty and unpeated. So I'm going to leave that for a moment. I'm going to maybe put a little bit of a splash of water in it just to take the edge off it. Slightly stronger than I'm normally used to. And we'll see how that goes. Let's see what after leaving it for a couple of weeks, see what I think about it. So I left that for a while, and so in my humble opinion, there's definitely fruit in there. Not too sharp, lemony, citrus definitely. Yeah, some citrus in there. I'm not picking up on any vanilla though. Maybe maybe a little bit zesty in them. I think that's the alcohol. So this is a whole new world to me. Then it says the tasting notes, and I think other people reviewed it, and I think they just basically go off their own nose and palate rather than be directed. You wonder whether it's kind of placebo effect, or when something's written, you tend to see it, and then your mind kind of gravitates to that. But I'm not going to look at the notes at the moment. Just give it a taste. Wow. So there's that's quite spicy on the tongue. Feel it on the tongue, all over the tongue. Now there, definitely some vanilla, sweetness, caramel, but quite a bit of burn there on the tongue, so quite surprised me that. Still going. Initially on the front of my tongue and the back, and quite an overwhelming taste, but not peated, as I say. Any sea salt? Maybe. Just put another splash of water in it just to ease it. Now it says gentle spices, but there's nothing gentle about that. Maybe it's my palate today. Now while I'm just waiting for that to do its thing, I'm watching a couple of, well, 3 channels in particular, and if you're into your whiskey reviews, you'll know these channels, but I think they're absolutely brilliant. You know, Ralphie.com, he's the man, isn't he? A real character, and I've really enjoyed watching his reviews from the Boffy. Really interesting, really good. And then we've got Whiskey Lock. I like him, the guy with the beard and the flat cap. He knows what he's talking about, and yeah, he's pretty good. And then there's G Whiskey as well, a younger guy. I watched some of his as well, so they're pretty good. It's always good to get a different perspective, isn't it? And just try to understand the science behind it, and enjoy the journey really with whiskey, because I think with malt whiskey, and just gives another go. See, that's more rounded. Second time around, doesn't last on the tongue. What do they call it? The finish, long and lasting. I wouldn't quite say that. It sort of peters out a bit, in my humble opinion. But none too shabby. But I have watched reviews on this particular Bunnahabhain, and I think people have said that, you know, if you can get the 12 for the extra 5, your budget can stretch, go for the 5, spend the extra £5 or dollars or whatever it is, and go for the 12-year-old. So when I get my hands on that, or I'm in the market to get another bottle, I think I'll root that one out. I've seen Ardberg in Sainsbury's this week. That was the 10-year-old, so I've got my eye on that. When next month, when I get paid, I'll get my next bottle. I was watching another of Ralphie.com's videos. It's really good. I think he's got a couple of books out which I might invest in. But he talks about the sensations that you get. So things like sweet and sour, salt, savoury, and the bitter. So I think what's intriguing me at the moment, and my part of my journey with single malts, it's about, as I said, is it a placebo effect? If someone suggests things that are in the malt, and I know the type of casks that they are matured in makes a difference, doesn't it? And whether it's unchilled or chilled filter makes a difference. I'm not too sure. If anyone knows in the comments of this particular one here, it doesn't say anything about it being non-chilled filtered, but I think these are from Bunnahabhain. I think they probably would be, being an Islay malt. Natural colour, non-chill filtered. So it was non-chilled filters, and they're saying this is it's a natural colour. I don't know what you think. It's like a lighter colour there. Hopefully you can see that with the GoPro. And there's a bit of, as I put a splash of water, as you can see with this now, it does stay on the glass, so there's what they call it, oily, viscous, oily left in there. I think that's a part of the non-chilled filtered process. And I think these glasses, apologies I don't know their name, I'll look it up, so it's in the side there, but definitely it was a suggestion from my previous viewers, and they said you need to get one of these glasses, and definitely it captures, yeah, the tasting notes. So I think, you know, the one good thing about watching people like Ralphie.com is it teaches about this, a sipping spirit, isn't it? And to be respected. And I think if you're into your malt, it's about that enjoyment. So today I've been out doing the horses, done the garden, just come in to relax, and just have this'll do me, and it'll go back in the side for, you know, a Friday night when I'm relaxing by the fire and just, you know, enjoy myself. And this is what I think, it's a really interesting thing, a journey with malt that gives you a different perspective on a relationship with alcohol, because this isn't to be necked and quaffed, it's to be enjoyed and appreciated, and that's kind of what I'm finding about my malt journey, really appreciating it. So give it one more time. So it's got quite a burn on it, and I guess that's what you describe as spicy, isn't it? Sweet and sour. Bit of sour, bit sweet when you initially take it in, and then you've got like that warmness on your tongue, but not offensive, not what I would describe as like a blended Scotch, which I just can't stomach. I just can't take the blended Scotch. But that is very nice indeed. I would definitely recommend it. I'm going to do another review when I do get eventually hands on the 12, and I'll do a side by side. So guys, what would I give the Bunnahabhain, and I'll try and pronounce this, the Stiureadair. I've got my glasses on. But what would I give this? So for the price, I got this for about £27, which was really good. I got it at a deal in Sainsbury's, which, as I said, down from about mid-30s, but I know you can get the 12-year-old for about 42, so I'll be looking out for that. But based upon where I am on my journey with malt reviews, and this is a very interesting malt, quite fiery, not harsh, nice and spicy. I can tell I've got the caramel taste in my mouth now, still longer lasting. Sherry cask, so also I get to learn more about that, and obviously that's what gives it the hints of dried fruits. But to be honest with you, I didn't really pick up on that, but maybe that's because my palate isn't educated enough, so I'm sure as I get into this more, I'll be able to pick it up. But I would give this, based upon value for money, based on the price I paid, I'd give it a good strong 8 out of 10. Now, as I said before, I've only done 3 of these reviews, so as I get more advanced and more knowledgeable about malt whiskies, I'm sure I'll review these again, and maybe they'll get a lower score next time, but who knows. But hope you've enjoyed this. I'll just finish this, the wee dram off, and finish it here, and say thanks very much for those of you who watch my videos, and my next review will be on an Aldi malt, single malt. I've got their special edition, which is a peated whiskey. I've had my eye on it for a couple of weeks, and I managed there were 2 left, and I know they're not that limited edition, but they're not as usual as the other 3 main ones that you get: the Highland, the Islay, and also I think they do another one as well, Speyside as well. But I've got the peated one, which I'm really interested to taste. So I'll be bringing that review back in a couple of weeks. In the meantime, if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. All helps me grow the channel, and it's all a bit of fun. If you've got any comments or any advice that you can help me with, let me know. Take care, all the best.